Well, hello class, and welcome to ADMG 374 Week 2 assignment discussion. I wanted to take a few minutes to go over the assignment because it can be a tiny bit confusing, and I want to make sure that you have everything that you need moving forward. So if you go out to Week 2 and you look up the assignment, there are a set of instructions in there. You are being asked to read the Green Computing Project case study. Now, this case study has multiple parts. The only part that you need to read is part 1, so don't worry about reading anything else. It is the case study is attached to the assignment instructions, so it's there and available for you. I think it's a PDF file. So your assignment actually has 2 parts. Okay, after you read part 1 of the Green Computing case study, the first thing you want to do is prepare a weighted scoring matrix, and you are being asked to evaluate some candidates for the position of project manager for this Green Computing project. Okay, so you've read the case study, you've got an idea about the background of this particular project. So now what you need to do is you need to think about the skills and the people that would best be suited for the position of project manager. And you're going to develop a weighted matrix whereby you evaluate the candidates for project manager. There is an Excel spreadsheet that is attached to part 1. You open up that Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to show it to you in a minute, and then you're going to replace values that are in that spreadsheet with your own values. Now, chapter 4 has a nice sample of what weighted scoring matrix would look like, and that's kind of what you're going to be modeling your scoring matrix after. You're going to develop your own criteria that you feel would be important for evaluating a project manager candidate for the position of project manager. You're also going to then watch as well, when I show you the matrix, you'll see, I think you'll get an idea what I'm talking about. You're going to develop at least 5 criteria, and you're going to apply those 5 criteria to 4 fictitious applicants for the job. Okay, and then you're going to assign scores for each of those applicants. Now, this is a lot of made up, have fun with the activity kind of activity. All right, so it's not like you have to be really concerned here about the actual scores. But what I especially am looking for here are the criteria by which you're going to be evaluating these candidates. Again, I'm going to show you this in just a second. Now, part 2, you're going to be preparing a project charter with the information that's in the case study. You're going to prepare a project charter for this particular case or for this particular project. And again, there is a template that's provided that is the project charter. So, okay, let's first take a look at the weighted matrix. Now, this is the Excel spreadsheet that you're going to be using. Now, notice across the top you have candidate 1, 2, 3, and 4. A lot of students like to replace the candidate 1, 2, 3 with an actual name of a candidate, and I've gotten some really fun ones. I mean, I've gotten superhero names across there. I've had some real fun kinds of examples of names across the top. So you're welcome to replace candidate 1, candidate 2, candidate 3 with actual names of candidates. Please feel free to do that if you'd like. Now, down the left side where it says criteria 1, criteria 2, criteria 3, that is where you are going to place the criteria that you have decided that is important for judging and choosing the project manager. Now, I have a note here. Remember that a criteria is a standard or principle by which something is judged. Again, a criteria is a standard or principle by which something is judged. Please do not put one word in there, because one word most likely is not enough for us to really understand what you mean by that criteria. So give me a few good solid words that help me understand exactly the criteria that will be applied to judge that person, or the principle or standard by which that individual will be judged. Okay, so please, I encourage you to to do this properly. Now, you will replace criteria 1, 2, and 3 with your criteria. Now, you can choose to change the weights. Notice that the second column is weight. Now, it's 25, 25, 20, 20, and 10 right now. But the key is that whatever you change those weights to must equal 100%. So please feel free to modify those if in fact you think criteria 1 is worth 50% of the overall evaluation of the candidate. Change it, but make sure that you change criteria 2, 3, 4, and 5 so that you equal 100% total. Now, here's where you can put in numbers on a scale of 1 to 100. You can provide a rating for each candidate for each criteria. Now, that's the part where you get to make it up. You get to have some fun. Okay, now as you do that, you'll notice that the chart on the bottom will move up and back and forth as you score the candidates for each criteria. You will notice that your chart on the bottom, the bars will then move around. Okay, so please have fun with this. And again, you are making up the ratings on the candidates, but the criteria should be very real, and they should be the criteria that you would use to judge and to select. Let's say you're a manager and you need to hire a project manager, and you need to hire a project manager for this project. What are the skill sets you're looking for? And again, part 2 is to create that project charter. This is an example. This is the template that you'll be filling out. You're going to fill out the project title, the start and finish dates, budget information, the manager, the project objectives, the main success criteria, the approach, roles and responsibilities. You can obtain all of this information from part 1 of the Green Computing project case study. You're going to take the data from the project case study and you're going to apply it to the project charter to actually create your project charter. Okay, this is the rubric by which I will be grading you. The total points are 60 for this assignment. The weighted matrix is worth 38 points and the charter is worth 17. Of course, mechanics, neatness, thoroughness of presentation, spelling, grammar, etc. is worth 5 points. Now, I often get questions and asked how to find my feedback, because sometimes I don't give feedback in the I will actually give feedback in the actual assignment itself, the body of the paper, and not necessarily in that little description box. So what you need to do to find the feedback is you need to go into your grades, and if you click on the assignment, and then if you click on where it says view feedback, you will end up getting something that looks like what's on the bottom here, and that's where I've actually included information about the feedback that I've got for you for the assignment. So if you're wondering why you got scored in a particular spot, you know, if you're wondering how come you got scored a certain way, and in my comment in the comments box says see my comments in the body of the paper, that's what I'm telling you to do. Click here, look at view feedback. There's also an announcement out there that tells you how to get to that as well. So that's all I have for you on this assignment. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Have fun with this assignment, because this is a lot of creative fun here. But I want you to understand how to read and review that case study, grab the key elements out of that, translate those into your project charter, but have fun with the weighted matrix as well. All right, take care and have a great week.